Hi Aries, this is Jessica with Whispers of Grace. I'm here today to do your general reading for April 1st through the 15th, 2018. So I'm going to go ahead and apologize because I tried to do this once and connection was terrible, so I had to restart. Hopefully it will behave, okay? So, what I am seeing as far as your general energy is that there is a sense of balance being restored to Aries life, okay? And it's being able to come into your own power and realize that everything that you have been working really, really hard for and manifesting for yourself, anything you might have had doubt or worry over, just seems to be falling into place as if magic is happening, okay? And some of you might be dealing with a water sign, but what I'm seeing is that not only are you taking action, but you were following your intuition and the psychic information that you are receiving. And this is what leads you not only to victory, but enlightenment and happiness. So I do see that, that baggage we were talking about before in the second half of March. Yes, exactly. About time, right? But yeah, some of that lingering energy is still there. There are things that with the Four of Cups here, you're going to have to seek out other possibilities. You might have to be aware of your own emotions, especially with Mercury retrograde in effect. But it's releasing yourself from that mental energy and focusing more on your career than being in relationships and seeking out love, because you're creating a new beginning for yourself, and a decision will have to be made about dropping the negative energy and what passionate beginning are you trying to create for yourself, okay? um Yeah, and that's that lingering energy that I was talking about, and it's because of that baggage you need to face uh in your recent past, okay? Those are the things you need to overcome. Now, I will say, this has been a reoccurring thing so far for April. Is a lot of us have been on this high and making great strides, but what goes up must come down at some point. And so it's about finding that balance between that movement forward and understanding that there are times we need to take a break, and it's okay to take a break. We don't have to go, 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 go and feel 100% all the time. This is the natural 3D experience for us, even though we are spiritual beings living a human experience. But if there are things that you are trying to, maybe you're trying to create a different life for yourself, whether it be eating better, living a more simple lifestyle, wanting to grow things for yourself. You might be learning, uh, wanting to do more research about how to create this certain lifestyle for yourself. But you have to remember too that there is a point in your life, and especially with the emotional healing aspect, don't be so hard on yourself and surrender the need to control, okay? This comes up a lot in your reading. And as your relaxed energy rapidly attracts your desires. And this is about going with the flow. There's not always you don't always know what is best for you, and instead you should ask for what's the highest good of all and what is good for you at this time on your journey. Because in reality, I know Aries is the leader. You are the go-getter. You're always working your butt off, and you want to control, you know, pretty as many aspects of your life as possible. But at some point, you need to learn how to be fluid with it too. Um, I was Oh, there you go. See, perfect timing then, huh? That's too funny. Okay. Well, I'm glad that Spirit led you to my channel because sometimes you do. You need to take a step back and just allow things. Oh, good. I'm glad Spirit could help you with that. Oh, that's too funny. And see, yeah, I honestly wonder if I hadn't have like stopped the other video and started a new one, if y'all would have been in on the other one. So maybe it was just meant to be. And that's the thing. I mean, I'm sitting here like, I'm tired. I don't know if I should do this today, but obviously it was meant to. And so with your energy in your recent past, what do you need to overcome? And yeah, it was messing up terribly. I don't even know what was going on. So what you need to overcome in your recent past, they need you to know that it is okay to forgive, okay? And especially coming from your heart space. This, and both of these are about coming from the heart space. As you release old anger and resentment, you will find that your wishes will come true. And especially with this being in your recent past, I feel the reason why it's okay to forgive is because, and it's probably because of whatever this situation was. There's the Three of Pentacles reversed and then the Chariot reversed. So that just tells me that there was something that now whether it was career or just something that you were invested in, something that you were working as a team or working as a group that did not that didn't pan out like you thought it was going to. You thought it probably was going to be very successful and it didn't work. That you could count on the people you were working with and you couldn't, that kind of thing. And it really turns you upside down, and it probably would make you feel like you have to hold a lot of grudges, but that's why it's so important to know that it's okay to forgive. You don't have to forget, right? You can still take your past experiences and keep them to benefit you in the future. You still have to learn your lessons. You have to learn from pain and things not working out. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And again, with the three, it's a lot of people involved, or people that you're putting investments in and not turning out. But who is it hurting? Do you necessarily think that it's hurting them by you holding on to all this anger? Or is it hurting you and your growth? It's your choice. And honestly, just because you forgive someone doesn't mean that you need to be like, oh, I forgive you, you can come back in. No, I forgive you, but you can stay your ass over there. I learned my lesson. It's okay. It didn't work out, but that's because there's something better for you that's coming, okay? Yes. And you might think that it's hurting them, but it's probably still hurting you a lot more than it's hurting them. And it might hurt them because they're not getting what they need from you, which is probably fuel, especially if they were toxic, because you were giving them a supply. But in the end, either way, you're still hindering your growth and you're still hurting yourself in the process, which doesn't do anyone any good. So just think about that and what you're actually holding on to, because that energy in itself you'll start feeling depressed, you'll feel low vibrationally, you're going to stay in that stagnant energy. It's not good, especially for Aries. Aries, every time I pick up on y'all's energy, it's go, 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 go. Y'all's energy is always very fast moving. For an Aries to be low vibrationally, I can only imagine what it would feel like to not have any control over oneself and especially for y'all being controlling beings, and not in a bad way. I'm sure it could be just like any other sign, but you know, to feel the need to control your environment and not have control over how you're feeling or what you're experiencing. Um, Yeah, well, and that's the thing too. You have to be careful of that. Like, um, you know, when someone has hurt you and the only time that y'all seem to get along is when you keep sweeping things under the rug or cleaning the slate for them, and the same things keep happening over and over again, and those triggers keep happening, like, you have to ask yourself, is it really worth it? And it doesn't mean that there isn't love there, it just means that y'all aren't aligned on the same path, okay? Yeah, it's not worth it. I actually did that with my ex too, and it's exhausting, and it got to the point where it's like, I'm not going to be able to trust you. And when there's no trust, there's no reason. There's no reason to be a part of it, because not only are you suffering, but then they're suffering, because and even if their intentions are good or not, it's still a constant struggle. So, with that being said, in your current energy, what you need to be focused on is the easy does it card. And this is, again, all about control. Stop trying so hard to control everything, and all the doors will open for you. And in the other video, I got this message like, okay, so think of the wave, right? These dolphins are riding the wave, okay? And this is what kind of sparked this vision. Now, when you think of like a tsunami, okay, or not even a tsunami, but think of a really big wave. For an island, it could be terrifying. For a building, for a structure, something that is so strongly planted that wind necessarily wouldn't, you know, thinking of like the Three Little Pigs. You have the brick house, it's not going to go anywhere, but the straw one might, like, okay? But you're thinking of a strong structure, but a wave comes in, it's going to knock that motherfucker down. A lot of people are scared of a wave coming in and destroying everything that they worked for. But what does a surfer look at it like? You know, how many surfers do you see around the world that are waiting for a sweet swell to come in? And they're able to take it from a different approach that most people would be terrified of taking. And it's allowing yourself to go with the flow and staying flexible with the movement of chaos in order to succeed, to get that rush, to get that life, and to experience things that most people would be too terrified to experience. Remember that in that moment of needing to control, okay? And the reason for this is because there's something that's wanting to come into your life, especially with the Nine of Cups here. This is telling you that your dreams can become a reality, and it's all about what you want to manifest in your life. What do you want to bring in, right? And this is all about bringing in balance, bringing in justice, and finding that equality that is going to balance out your life. Well, how do we find what's going to balance our life? The Four of Michael comes out, and this is the Four of Swords. And this tells you that insight comes from quiet meditation, the need for more sleep or time off. Seek relief from the stress. And Aries has been going really, really hard lately. So I think this is just that time where you've done everything you can for the moment. So it's time to step back from all the drama. Allow yourself to kind of feel your way through the chaos and try to find that balance within yourself so you can figure out what it is that you truly want to manifest at this time in order to move forward, because there are a lot of options coming up for Aries. But you know, anything that, especially documents, court favor things, you know, stuff like that. Some of you might be dealing with a Libra, but you know, it's kind of one of those things. And then the the Chariot, Cancer. That's what I was thinking. Okay, so some of you might have been dealing with a Cancer in the past. Some of you might be dealing with a Libra in your current energy. But yeah, so, and again, it's just letting you know that things will turn out in your favor, especially with the Wish card and the Justice card here. But remember to take it easy. Don't come at it in your normal Aries energy and trying to control everything. Yes, see, and that's what I'm saying, okay? So, and that Cancer that micromanages could obviously be part of that baggage that you need to let go of in your recent past, okay? So just know that this is a time for Aries to kind of step back a little bit, kind of regather yourself. You put all this effort in before, and this is the time to really take a step back and really get back in touch with yourself on a more calm level and allow yourself to move with life, okay? Now, yeah, you just let that go. I totally get it. But okay, so what you have to look forward to in your future, if you listen to Spirit's guidance today, you have the practice, practice, practice card, and you've got the power. Now, what this is telling me is with the you've got power, this is all about being able to use your natural abilities to overcome any situation. Uh, this is being able to walk the tightrope, anything that might seem daunting or hard at the time, with practice and diligent work, you will be able to overcome this. Now, it will come to a point where you will have a lot of options laid out in front of you, but it will take that time of rest, reorganization, and using your natural abilities, using your intuition to make a conscious decision of what will fit best into your life. And that's where the solutions card comes in. Success that comes from objective compromise, self-control, and patience, forgiving and healing energy. So once you start going through this process of really taking a step back, going through all the healing process of forgiving the past and everything that comes with it, forgiving ourselves and being patient with our journey, you know, and really taking inventory of what's going on in our life and what kind of offers are coming towards us, that is when things will really start to pan out. And again, the sun is just jumping out at me. So just remember that there are beautiful new beginnings coming your way. But as of right now, Aries, you know, and last month it was, yes, go, Aries, ah! And this month I'm feeling a lot more mellow. You need to take a little step back. Remember to take breaks, breathe, focus, and then you can hop back into it once we get through the retrograde. But I really feel like the retrograde is just a time for everyone to kind of slow down a little bit and embrace what is going on and everything you've been working towards, okay? And so, yes, that's exactly what I'm picking up too. So, with that being said, what energy your spirit guides would like you to focus on and put into action at this time is the presence of love will always cast out fear. So, what does this mean for you, Aries? This means that whenever we find ourselves stuck in darkness, and this is negative self-thinking, negative judgment, negative vibrations, whatever the case may be for you, anytime we are in a low vibration or we are allowing fear into our lives, to refocus to love, to refocus and reshift to what it is that we want to attract into our lives, will always cast that fear out. And when you're in meditation, again, and like I was saying earlier, you might think that you know what is best for you, but I just want you to try this and let me know how it works. Instead of praying for an outcome, I pray for the highest good of all. So what you think might be best for you might not be good for you at all at this point. The universe might be trying to align you with something else, and you're like, but I'm so focused on this because I need this in my life. But the universe is saying, you might need this, but not right now. And we're trying to give you this so you can get to this. You see what I'm saying? Like, you might be trying to take 4 steps before you can, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to take the necessary steps, and spirit might be trying to push you into something that might be better for you, or something that might align you with what you're trying to reach, but you're too damn stubborn to see the opportunity. Okay? So just remember, when you feel yourself getting in that low vibration, oh, this didn't turn out, da, 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 da. Remember, okay, it didn't work out. There's something better waiting on me. And this was an opportunity for me to get to know myself and how I respond to situations that do not go in my favor. Okay? So think of it like that. Now, as for love, what does Spirit want you to know about love this month, Aries? This is all about romance. And, you know, it's... And maybe that's what it's trying to tell you too. Maybe this is a time because you have been working your ass off trying to make things more abundant in your life. This is the time to take that step back and actually enjoy what it is that you are creating in your life. And even with romance, it doesn't necessarily have to mean like, oh, you need a significant other or you need this in your life. You can take yourself out on a date. Take your best friend out on a date. Take your parents out on a date. And embrace the people who are important in your life, okay? And there is no point in rushing, okay, your process, because everything will happen. Yeah, everything will happen in divine timing, and there might just be some blockages that you need to get through in order to allow things to align with you. And again, you might have to release some of these things that, you know, you haven't quite dealt with. I know that with my journey in general, I started, and then as soon as I started, it was like things started happening quicker and things were getting pushed out of my life very quickly, and I resisted that change for so long until I couldn't ignore it anymore. And then it was just, okay, well, now that you're doing this, you don't need that anymore, so you have to move on. So it happens, and there are just things that need to shift out of your life before you can start doing this on a full-time level, okay? Yeah, exactly. You'll notice it. So, and again, spend some quality time together. This is about spending quality time with people who actually benefit your life, people that make you feel good, people who support your journey and the things that you're trying to create for yourself. And again, romance doesn't necessarily have to be about a significant other. You can take your kids out, you can take your friends out, you just, whoever makes you feel good and is a part of your journey, okay? Align yourself with people who are either at your frequency or higher so you can build on it. Don't keep allowing negative vibrational people into your life and then wonder why you can't get out of it. So, I'm just saying. Now, that is what I see for you, Aries. If you need a personal reading, please email me at whispersofgrace1016@gmail.com. If you do not need a personal reading and you feel like this was enough for you, but you would still like to support the channel, there's a donation link down below in the description box. Any bit helps. If it weren't for y'all, I would not be able to do this, and hopefully, you know, if the bigger this channel gets, I'll be able to actually afford real equipment, so I won't get bitched out on my comments. um, oh, I am so glad that Spirit could come through for you, man. It's beautiful how it works. So, but yeah, if you are not friends with me on Facebook, please go check me out because I have some classes that I'm offering April and May. So if you're interested in any of those, and if you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are already part of my family, I love you guys. There is an updated link video that I just put on today, the 27th. We're on March 27th. Yes. And so please go watch that. There's an update about announcements and readings and all that kind of stuff. So if you are interested on any updates within the channel, please go look at that real quick. And oh, thank you. And yeah, so please keep it real, Aries. I love you guys. Oh, and I'm thinking about doing this as a regular thing. I'm gonna try and do this for a little while, see how it works. But depending on how many people actually watch, comment, and share the videos of each zodiac sign is how I will be going in order. So if you want to see your sign, y'all need to keep it rolling, okay? So just make sure that you're staying on top of it. Share with your friends and your, you know, anyone that needs to see this or might benefit from this message. Also, after I get done with this, I will be popping over for messages from Spirit if you would be interested. This is about anyone that needs guidance from the other side on recent, past, current energy and future energy and anything in between that might come up. So please let me know if you are interested and hop on over. I'll be over there in just a few minutes. So I love y'all, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.